What's going on, family? It's Mr. Bilbo Baggins back to you with another video. Today, we're going to go over part two of the Group 101, and this time, we're going to talk a lot about the truth of trading that people just don't tell you. So, let's get into it.
Hiring
Bro, yeah, backtesting can be so annoying. All right, I'm gonna call Dario, see what he's up to. If he doesn't
I can't
answer, then
wait.
I'll go ahead and continue.
I can't wait till I get to that point.
Yeah, bro,
Back
you're good
test,
there.
back test, back test.
Exactly. That's,
I'm
that's
right on
why
the
that's what I did.
doorstep.
Shit, I
Yeah,
I,
it
I had
helps
the
with
back
your
test.
psychology. Helps with your psychology
Where you go,
too,
guy?
because just like
Oh yeah, what's
See,
good, bro?
that's what
I'm
I'm hoping
still
for.
closing right now.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, bro. Well, like I said, I'll post these videos on YouTube later, so you won't miss anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there soon. I'm gonna be there in like 10 minutes.
All right, bro. All right. So what I was saying though, I was talking about reversals. D was asking me, how do I know if it's reversing or if it's just pulling back? And I told him the truth. Like, I don't necessarily know. I just play play what's in my favor. So I know if I'm in a higher time frame POI for one, if I'm approaching order flow and we get a change of character, chances are we're reversing. You know, we get a double sweep reversing. But also too, I was letting them know, like, it's also more of a visual thing than anything. Like, that's the easiest way to understand when a reversal's happening. Because like I was saying, if we were looking at it from a perspective of a slope, right? Then literally, if we're nose diving like this, and all of a sudden, price is going from nose diving to like now forming like a more straight slope like that. I'm probably gonna be assuming that it's trying to reverse, you know? Not always, but 9 times out of 10, probably so, because all that means is that these sellers are losing steam and the buyers are now establishing control. And so if a slope was heading downwards like this, and all of a sudden now we have a positive slope, like I said, I'm going to be assuming that we're reversing. Then, right? Let's say this was the high end question that needs to be broken for the change of character. Boom, then you break. Okay, cool. You can clearly see where like the switch happens. So in terms of price structure, obviously it's not going to be just like that. It'll be more like something like this, something like that, something like that. And you either can enter down here somewhere if that fits your fancy, or if you're someone like me who will take buy stops too. Sometimes I want to take a buy stop because it's easier. So if I see this low get swept, and I know this was the high that broke that low, then and basically we push super deep down like this, so we have a reason to pull back, right? We have all this internal liquidity here in form of these highs. Then now I could easily get a position like this, aim for the high. Whether it takes that high out or not does not matter to me because I'm partial now as I go anyways. So let's say this is the trade I get, right? Once we break above there, TP, oh, TP 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter. If we hit TP3 and start reversing like this, do I really care? Probably not. Because by this time, I'm already break even, taking profits. If it wants to knock me out, it can. What's even better about that, if it knocks me out break even, I'm already in profits. And it gives you the same exact thing, right? And now I know that for sure we're respecting bullish order flow. Then I might be more keen to like taking a more refined entry like this, you know? Because now the selling, I know for a fact is discontinued. We're protecting old lows. The algorithm is kicking, which means that now we're probably chasing that high. It's done with this low for now. So now I can get a much better one. A much better position, you know, from here. And I'm rinsing and repeating. And me, honestly, like I feel cursed. I'm a lot better at buying than selling. So like I will almost always just focus on buying, which you don't have to be like that, honestly. You really don't. But that's just how I am because I trust it the most. Like you can ask Nate, you can ask Daryl, you can ask any of my students. I really don't like selling, honestly. It's not my cup of tea. But if I do so, You know what I'll do? Boop. Flip the chart upside down and cheat.
Dang,
I'm
I
like,
didn't even know you could do that.
yeah, I'm like, oh,
That's
cool.
cold.
Exactly. So you see here, right? We're buying. Gotta remember this is flip. Sweep that, right? This is the low that took out, or sorry, this is the high that took out that low. So once you make that low and break above that high, you can clearly see like price didn't really come back. Like you ideally you want to come back like somewhere into here, because that would be like the order block that broke. And if you want to find out even more, you can say it's like that, right? And if you want a safer entry, you can wait for it to come down here and target this inducement. But either way, that's why like I like to take buy stops sometimes too, because I know for a fact the chances of it continuing after doing something like this, and you see how price was like falling, right? So we'll go to where it stopped, right? And all of a sudden, right, price becomes super duper flat. That to me is a dead giveaway that price is wanting to reverse. I'm like, damn, what happened to all
And the
that selling?
candles
You were
getting
feeling yourself
ugly.
constantly. Exactly. You're
All
feeling
them
yourself a while
wicks.
ago. Exactly. It's just sweeping liquidity. So if I take a buy stop here, oh, I forgot. It's a sell stop.
And that's just the protected high upside down, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
It swept here, right? And then it broke there.
Yep.
So we got a sweep, break, came back and tested it. And really, the reason why I didn't come all the way into here was just because we had this imbalance. So if we wanted to refine an entry here, we would have set our limit right on this huge candle right here that took out both of these highs. And now, again, I'd rather be aiming for that low. That'd be the most ideal target because I really don't even look for, like, honestly, I hardly look for like higher time frame POIs. Like, I'm very in the moment. Like, how I trade, like, if price is like moving like this, let's say this was like 8:30 right here, right? Because that's just whatever time I want to trade. Let's say that was 8:30. The first thing I'm doing, I don't give a gosh dang about none of this. I'm locking in right here between these 2 points because because of the whole idea of protected and targeted lows and highs, price isn't gonna do a dang thing until it finds its way out of here, right? If it doesn't, it's just gonna continue to do that. It's like a little trap mouse. So the first thing I do is look for my respective high and my respective low, and that'll give you like the paradigm that you have to use in order to find a trade. Oh, hold on, I did not see those messages. One sec. Yeah, my facts. Buys over sells all dang day. When a nigga flip it, yep, invert chart. How do you know to come back down to that area of inducement? This one right here, Maya? This area?
Yes.
I don't. I'm just, and that's why I say that's why I trade the way I do. Like, because for me, right? Like, I don't take limit orders. I either market order in or I use a buy stop because I have to like, I don't trust limit orders personally. I have to see it happen with my own eyes, you know? Like, some shit's popping off. So if it comes down here, I know just from like the way liquidity works, the way price works, if we have this demand here and it swoops this inducement, chances are it's gonna start doing something like that. And once it gives something like this, where we get a low, we get a high, we get another low, either I'll buy above this high or I will literally wait for it to come back into this low again. And I will buy like above like the first like area that breaks. So if we have like a tiny candle here, I'll buy right there. And it'll give me the same exact result as if I had taken a limit order. Because usually what happens if, let's say I buy from here, right? If price was to come all the way back down, this would be the order block that it chooses to come to. But I just get in early, is what it is. And because
Oh.
and because how I manage my trades, like it doesn't do anything to me. Because like right here, boom, hit TP1, I'm gonna go half break even. I hit TP2, I'm going break even. And at that point, I'm just letting that rock and roll. And I'll add positions as necessary, but mostly I'm just chilling.
Do you have to go in and manually change it to a half break even and then break even?
Yeah, you do, and that will be whether you limit order or not. You're just gonna have to do that. So like MT5 made it a lot easier. MT4 you used to have to go and type the exact number, but on MT5 you can literally just go and like let's say my stop loss was right here, it'll be like a line right there, and I'll just drag the line to right there, right? So now that
Oh,
means that I can only lose half of what I originally risked, and if I took profits out, then really like I'll probably only lose like less than half of what I originally risked. Okay, then I get TB2. Awesome. I'm gonna go break even because now, in my eyes, there's no reason for me to give up profits. Like I remember, I asked a trader who I respected a lot, who I saw was pretty profitable. I'm like, bro, like, how's your psychology so good towards the market? Like, blah 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 blah. And the answer he gave me, like, at the time, it really wasn't what I wanted to hear, but in the long run, it helped me out. But he was like, I just don't let a green trade go red. I'm like, what? Of course not. But like then I thought back to all the trades that I let go red because of my ego and pride. I'm like, ah. So like now, like literally, I will go break even or half break even any chance I get. Like let's say it goes to my TP1 but doesn't hit it and starts pulling back. I don't care. I'm going half break even because I'm not willing. I'd rather get knocked out for half break even and get back in and get that shit back in blood than get knocked out for a full profit or for not for a full profit for a full loss. And then now I'm like, dang, like I wish I would have cut that position quicker. Like shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, the markets don't care about your feelings, unfortunately.
But then that makes it green no matter what, right?
Yeah, exactly. If I go break
Yes,
even
sir.
and we're already profiting, you know what I'm saying? I'm at TP2 and it comes back and knocks me out break even. Like,
Because you basically already pulled your money out and you're
hmm
playing with their money then.
exactly. You paying yourself. At the end of the day, like this game is like meant for you to lose. Like you should go in with it, like or you should have confidence in your trading ability. You should have confidence in your plan. But realistically, you should go in with the idea of like getting crushed because that's literally what you're up against. You're literally up against like banks who have billions, not millions, not thousands, billions of dollars, trillions sometimes to throw around, right? So what is your little $50,000 going to do? Your little $100 going to do? Your $1,000 going to do? Not much. You're just riding the train. So if you can get your money and get out, that's your job, right? Which is why I say the most important thing is not to make profits. The most important thing is to manage your risk. If I go 10 trades in a row breaking even, but on that 11th trade, I hit a 1 to 10, guess how much I profited? 1 to 10. Those break evens don't even matter. But if I take 10 L's to the face, right? Right, and I lose and I'm risking 1%, and now I hit a 1 to 10, all I've done is break even for the entire for all those 10 trades or 11 trades. It's a big difference. Or it's a small difference, but a big difference, right? It's like you gotta manage it small, like little like basically like every trade you should be treating like it's your last trade, essentially. You know what I mean? Like if you could only trade that trade again and like that's all the money you have left, like how would you manage that trade? Because a lot of us go in like we have it all in the bag when we know that we're trying to get money in our pockets, right? But because of that idea, we're trying to get money in our pockets, we're risking it all. But that should never be your mindset. If you can't grow a small account, there's no way you can grow a big account. If I tell you, hey, here's $200, I want you to grow this to $300. If you can't do that, like obviously that's 50%, right? That's a lot of money you just made, 50%. Now if I give you a $50,000 account and I say, hey, grow this to 75K, you think you're going to be able to do it if you weren't able to do it on that $200 account? Probably not. Because what it comes down to is has nothing to do with the amount of money you have. It comes all down to your ability to manage your trades, your overall discipline, things like that. Like small things that can be taken care of on your own. And a lot of that starts outside of trading, which a lot of people don't understand. Like a person who like basically is not handling their responsibility in their personal life has no place in the trading world. They're gonna get washed up because 9 out of 10 they're gonna bring that negative mentality, those bad habits into the trading world, and that will easily turn you into a losing trader. Like a person who gambles, like I used to gamble a lot. Well, actually not a crazy amount, but enough to where I had that gambler's mindset. Like I went to the casino before I started trading. So when I like started trading, I came with the mindset of like, oh, this is just like gambling. But no. In a sense, it is. It's more like playing poker or like blackjack because obviously they have an edge that they're playing. They know what they're doing. But if I don't have an edge, I'm just gambling in the market. Literally, that's all I'm doing: gambling and praying and hoping. And that's gonna lose you a lot of money. Like I probably lost like anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 before I really started making money. I can show you my Robinhood right now. That was still in the red because I like literally I couldn't look at it anymore. I got on Thinkorswim and I was able to make a bit of that money back, but I wasn't really truly able to make my money back until like I started trading Forex because I had a whole different mentality towards it. Y'all ready for this? So this is like literally, right? I started trading, right? This is when I realized that trading was like not what I thought it was. So I like literally I made like look at this, a week, right? And I didn't put in I started with like 500, keep in mind. This 5,000 like that's how much I invested over time. That 5,000. And I lost all that shit. But basically, literally, bro, you
He
know,
got clapped.
I got clapped, bro. This it's a long. If you guys are worried about losing, like let that be the least of your worries. The thing you should be worried about is getting better as a trader. As long as that, I don't care how long it takes you. What you have to understand is, right? You have the ability to make more than a doctor. A doctor, on average, let's say a medical surgeon, right? A heart surgeon, they're gonna be in school from 10 to 15 years, all right? 10 to 15 years. And most traders, they want to make $1 million in the first week. How is that? Why is that? Makes no sense, right? Literally, so this is the mindset I came in with, right? I wanted to make $1 million. So I started August 17th. On September 14th, what's that, like a month later? I was up 2K. You know how I got that 2K? I literally was just buying, I kept buying contracts. Every time it would dip lower, I'd buy contracts, dip lower, I'd buy contracts until I literally ran out of money. And finally, just by the luck of my fucking hair, like price started shooting up because of some news. And you know what I did? I literally took my profits out, and when it came back and started coming down again, I literally tried to do the same exact thing. Didn't there's no real edge. Just thought I would throw my money back in there. I literally put that whole 2,000 back in, and you can clearly see what happened there. And finally, I got lucky one more time, right? One more lucky break. It's crazy too. This is literally following market structure. Isn't that funny? But I get one last little chance to get my money out and actually learn. Did I learn? Hell no. From there, I just
That's
kept losing
bearish order
more
flow right
and
there.
more. Yeah, it's bearish order flow, bro. Literally, bro. Like looking back as after I learned how to trade, I looked at this shit. I'm like, yo, if I could have just understood a little bit about charts, I would have clearly seen I was on a downtrend. There was something that needed to be fixed. That's all that makes me feel like this shit is rigged, though. Because how is it perfect market structure, though? That's crazy.
Hey, but do you think so? I was on the part where you're like, if you can flip 200 to 300, that shows you're capable. You think FX replays would be a good way to show that you can flip an account, or you feel like demo trading on a MT5 or on Webull would be the only way to show that you're capable of doing it?
No, I say both really because like the whole point of demo trading or not demo trading, the whole point of FX replay is to get your edge right, to figure out an edge, to backtest your edge in a safe environment where you're not risking any real money, you're not even really risking too much psychology because all you're doing is clicking right, and that's where the demo account comes in. So now once you found your edge, like obviously like since you're just clicking on FX replay, unless you had a tool like TradeStation on the computer where like it honestly pretty much is like FX replay the way you set it up, um, then you would have to actually practice the executions. Because one issue I had, whenever I was making my new edge, right, the past few months, Daryl, like I got it down in FX replay, but then I realized that oh no, like I had to figure out a way to execute this because what I realized like I would like buy above like the first candle break after we touch demand or something like that, right? But on the 1 minute, I found it a lot harder to execute that because of how fast price moved than I would on the 3 minute. Or I found it easier to use a buy stop in certain instances because it gave me more time to actually place my buys properly than it would be the market order other times. So like that is where the demo trading comes in. So I would say like ultimately yes, that will have the most proof behind your ability to grow an account. But it all comes down to having that edge to begin with. Because if you don't have an edge, then what are you demo trading? You know what I mean? What are you forward testing? But once you have that edge, then you want to practice executing it. Now, once you can execute it, you want to make sure that you can actually make money, right? Using that edge on a demo. Now, once you can make money on that demo after a month or two, okay, cool, let's go live. And your idea should not like So the way I demo traded or my account is at first I didn't demo it as if I was actually like risking the proper amount. I would use the same exact lot size every time. Basically, I knew I had four TPs, so I would just use a lot size that was equivalent to me being able to take out four different positions, right? As if they're like contracts essentially. And by doing that, I built the confidence to be able to execute it regardless of the numbers because the numbers don't matter. The numbers mean jack shit. You could have $1 million, and if you don't have the confidence to hold a 0.01 lot, then you're not gonna have the confidence to hold a $100 lot. You know what I mean? So I started with the smallest amount possible. That way, if I did take a loss, it was not about what I lost, but about the lack of execution. So I would be like, okay, I only lost 20 cents here. I don't really care about how much I lost. I'm looking at did I do this properly? Did I respect my risk? Did I manage the trade properly? If I could check off yes, then I was happy. Now once I could check off that yes, basically without fail, more or less, that I knew that I could actually bump that up and use actual risk. So after that, then I practice, putting in my actual risk, figuring out what, if I was risking 500, I figured out what if I was like basically had like a 20 pip stop loss, what that would be. Versus like I said before, I would just use whatever lot size where I could break it down to four. And then once I could do that, because I realized it was no different, regardless of the number I'm using, high or low, then I took it live. So really, it has nothing to do with I would say it being a demo or on FX Replay. It's all about confidence. Because I literally, for me to be able to take it to demo, I like flipped like probably like 20 accounts on FX Replay, bro. I tried it every which way, like, and basically once I could like easily pass and get 10% in under a month on all these different accounts. I only filled maybe one account, and that was when I wasn't respecting my rules. And like literally, I was getting mad because I was like, bro, are you just not gonna like respect your rules at all? Like I let it hit my TPs and wouldn't take any profits, and I watched it take me out. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? But basically, once I built the confidence to do that, then like I said, I took a demo and so forth. Does that answer your question, though, D?
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, nah, that was fire. Because
Cool.
honestly, I was like, my emotions are still attached when I do FX replays. And also, like when I'm not doing the right thing, like when I'm going break even or taking profits, I feel like that was a good substitute instead of like demo trading because I'm like, man, like for me to demo trade and see how I'm going to do, it's going to take like a month. But like you said, I got to take my time.
No, exactly, bro. I mean, like for me, like literally, like I said, I never used to take profits, bro. I'll go break even, but every time I go break even, basically how I used to go break even, if I saw an imbalance form while I was in the trade, then I'll go break even. Because my idea, like I told you before, like an imbalance's job is to hold up price action. So if I see that imbalance break, chances are it's coming to knock me out at the IFC. So I will go break even then. But even that, like either I wasn't respecting it or it just wouldn't work. So I know I needed something more mechanical, I got on my Mark Douglas shit. So then once I was able to literally follow my rules to the T on FX replay, I was like, bet I'm ready. Like now I don't even care. Like as soon as like I said, if I see price start pulling back before TP1, I'm going half break even. If I see price tap my position and push off with a decent amount of momentum, I'm going break even. If I see price tap supply before hitting like TP2, I'm going break even. You know what I mean? Like if I see it tap TP2, I'm going break even. Like it does not bother me one bit to follow my rules because I've seen time and time again that they work and they made me money. So there's no if I go against it, I'm just being an idiot. Like I'm basically saying I'm better than my charts. I'm better than data, which is not true. Where's my FX replay? Right. Like you see, like I have like all these accounts, right? And I just tested them, same shit over and over and over and over. So it's different sizes every time. And basically, the highest win rate I got was like around like 78%. Oh yeah, this one's 73. And all I did to get that win rate higher was just to continue to back test and basically if I found something that worked, then I would continue to use that. If I found that it wasn't doing shit for me, then I just didn't use it. And like I said, all these times, right? I'm just focusing on risk management. I don't even care I want the profits because the profits will come. I literally, okay, I went up a little bit, came down, but when I went down, I literally was only in 0.2% drawdown, right? And since then, I didn't go in any drawdown because of proper risk management. And then finally, okay, boom, 8%, I'm done. Account pass. And that was not even 8 days, right? So the more you respect your rules, the more you have confidence in them, the more you'll get better, so forth, so on and so forth. Yeah, I got clapped on this. Ew. I don't know what I was doing on this one, honestly. Oh, this one I know for sure. This was like I use this account to test different strategies, honestly, like liquidity pools and stuff like that. I think I did the same for this one. No, okay, no. This one was testing AUD, I believe. Yeah. You see how,
6
like
out
I
of 10
said,
ain't bad.
is FX replay live or a demo? It's a demo, more or less. It's not. You could say it's a demo, but like it's more of a simulation than a demo. Like I'll show you. Actually, let me. Yeah, I'm not on this right.